What is going on, guys? Quality XA here today, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Destiny 2 video. Now today we're going to be talking about a brand new Forsaken exotic which actually has 4 barrels on it. As well as that, we have a load of other news and bits and pieces to actually talk about, so let's get right into this. So first off, about that exotic weapon, we're starting with the juicy information first. So this weapon is called the Cerberus 1. So it looks like what would happen if you tried to squeeze all of the ballpoints of a 4-colour pen through the tip at once, broke the thing and kept writing anyway. They describe it as a patchwork weapon built out of barrels, stocks, sights and various remnants of other auto rifles. It includes parts from the origin story, the Khvostov and a load of other different various weapons. They do say that the Cerberus 1 uses a mysterious power source called the Photonic Heart to power its unstable physique. Now the way they describe this weapon is pretty awesome. You have one barrel that stays directly in the middle, which gives you most of the aim through the middle, and then all of the barrels that are around the outside of it will actually sort of spread the fire. So when you do hip fire, you will notice there is a lot of shots that will be missing. They do say it is one of the most unique weapons that they have ever built in the game of Destiny, and it does have some really awesome perks as well. One of them actually being Spread Shot Package, so that focuses the spread while aiming down the sight, making it more versatile against lone distant enemies. You've also got different ones, so you've got Fluted Barrel, Rifled Barrel, Full Bore, and that is pretty much it from what I know at this point in time. They do say that it works good against mobs, so if you're getting flooded by a bunch of Thrall or different enemies which are rushing at you, yellow health enemies, they do say that this is going to be one of the better weapons that does work in strikes as well as raid enemies. So definitely worthwhile getting this. Not 100% sure how we could get it at the moment, but if you guys want the full write-up as well as a little bit of gameplay, you guys can check out the link in the description. But it does look like a pretty awesome auto rifle and definitely one that I'm going for. They do say as well as that it isn't going to be an awesome PvP monster. It might work good for some of you, but they do say it's not built specifically for PvP, so definitely using that in strikes on nightfalls, that kind of thing, in my honest opinion from what I've read from it so far. But yes guys, like I said, there will be a link in the description if you guys wanted to check out more about this weapon. Moving on though now, we're actually going to be talking about a brand new Destiny game which is actually being released in Korea. You heard that right. So we actually have Destiny Guardians. Now this is actually a Korean version of Destiny. Now I'm not too sure what kind of features they're going to have in this game at this point in time. We did get a little bit of information, so let's get right into that. So they did release the timeline of the events, what they're actually going to be getting, and you guys may recognise some different things here. You've obviously got the Iron Banner, the faction rallies, different pieces, the Trials of the Nine, but you can see some different ones. So we've obviously got Crimson Days, which we actually had, and then above Crimson Days you've actually got the Festival of the Lost. Now that pretty much actually confirms that the Festival of the Lost is coming back for this year in Destiny 2, which is brilliant. I can't see why they'd be working on it for the Korean version and then not working it for the normal version as well, so really cannot wait for that. And yeah, just some other bits and pieces that we do notice with these events as well. Now one more thing that I did see is actually a brand new character. Now you can see that this character here looks more human than she does, similar to Tess should we say, but you guys can see that the style is completely different to what Tess is, but she is going to be the Eververse Trader. Now, the way that they actually describe this Eververse Trader is that you can actually get premium items from her. So, instead of being able to buy cosmetics, you'd actually be able to buy better weapons or better gear. Now, it's pretty different because that definitely not go well with the versions that are currently released. But in Korea, I'm not too sure how different that is and what kind of laws they actually have to follow, because it is pay to win, and that is pure and simple what it is. So we'll just have to wait and see how that lands out there, because a load of people will be having to spend the money to get all of the good stuff. But yeah, Eververse is actually still in the game as well. which is pretty different. She is going to have a different currency, but we don't have to worry about this. We've got Destiny 2. Unless you guys are a Korean fan, you guys can actually go and check this out for yourself. I will leave a link in the description as well for you. Moving on though, we're actually going to be moving back to the Destiny 2 news, specifically talking about some of the raid features and other bits and pieces. So Sneaky Beaver actually said, one question: with the new loadout system, will there be a return of Carnage reports after beating raids? And Joe Blackburn pretty much replies with, the team is actually really passionate about this. We want Carnage reports to be available more regularly, but when we put it up against other feature improvements, it's had to take the back seat. So they are looking at doing this. They're expecting some changes within the Forsaken DLC, so hopefully that actually comes, because the Carnage report for the raid is pretty awesome and definitely very cool for some of the features that they will be putting in. Moving on though, we do have this question from Horizon, and he says, can Prestige Exotic Catalyst drop from any encounter? And Joe Blackburn returns with the answer yes. Now what he actually means is there is going to be 3 brand new catalysts going to be released in the raid. That being for the Acreus, we also have the fusion rifle, the Telesto, and then last but not least, the Sleeper Simulant. So you do have some really awesome weapon catalysts to be working towards in these prestige raids, but you will be able to get them from anything, not just being completing the raid and having a chance for them to drop. You guys can complete the first step or the first phase in a prestige raid, and you have the chance of that exotic catalyst dropping there and then. So very awesome indeed, a very, very good addition to the game. Next up, again with the raid, we have this question from November James, and he said, when you say 400 power weapons, do you mean all weapons or actual power weapons? Now Joe Blackburn returns, every raid weapon will be available to drop. So when you are playing through the raids, you actually have the chance for 400 power weapons to actually drop for you, and he does say every raid weapon. So very awesome indeed. You could actually get some Masterworks as well, which would be a pretty good addition, but just having that level to go up to 400 before the Forsaken releases is very awesome indeed, and I'm definitely going to be going for that. And then last but not least this week regarding the news, we actually have to talk about Strike Catalysts. Now Strike Catalysts are going to be given an adjustment, and they're going to have more chance of dropping in the update 1.2.3. Now they do say that the things were just not dropping too much, the catalysts were just at a ridiculous drop rate, and it took way too long to actually get some of these catalysts. Unless you actually played the game quite a lot, you obviously had more of a chance if you guys are bashing out strikes. But if you're a casual player only doing the weekly stuff, I haven't even got some of these, so yeah, really good that they are going to be doing that, because I am a bit of a collector in Destiny, so hopefully I can get all of these Strike Catalysts. But yes guys, let me know in that comment section below if you guys are hunting for anything in Destiny currently, what exotic you're looking for, what catalyst you're looking for, are you looking to do the Prestige raid? Let me know in that comment section below, but as always, peace out, and I hope you enjoyed.